Welcome to the next session of finite element analysis. In this session, I am going to take up a problem of tapered bar. This is also a problem of structural analysis type. Now we are discussing about horizontal tapered bar. This bar is fixed at one end and say at the other end there is some load applied P. Now there will be deformation in this bar when you are solving by strength of materials method, which is structural analysis. It is very simple because there is a formula for delta L, that is elongation in the bar. So you can easily calculate the elongation and you can get the answer. But when you are talking about FEA, it cannot be directly solved. So I need to convert this tapered bar into some other form, which is going to be my step bar. Now look very carefully at the procedure of converting this. I'll first show you the diagrammatic changes that happen. Here the diameter is D1 and here the diameter is D2. The length of the bar is L. Now you can divide this tapered bar into two steps, that is 2 bars, or you can have 3 steps, that is 3 bars. Now I am showing you 2 bars. You can have 3, 4, any number of bars you want to divide into. So if I divide into 2, say I'll divide into half. So let's say this is my half. So this distance is my L1 and this distance is L2. They are both half of this total length. Now I am going to draw at this position my first step. Now for drawing, I am not going to consider this points, which the end points which are given to me. I will consider a point inside this and from here inside. So 2 points I have taken. I'll draw a straight line cutting this inclined line and I'll draw up to the vertical line that I have drawn. So from here again I'll draw a straight line cutting this line and up to this portion. So this becomes my first step. Now I will not take this end point or this end point. Similarly these 2 points, I will take another point inside of these two. So somewhere inside over here. And from here, cutting this edge, I am going to draw a step bar. So draw a straight line cutting this inclined blue line and draw the step. So these are the 2 step bars. This is element 1, element 2 that I have obtained. Now let's mark the diameter. So this diameter, let's say it is D1 of the step bar, and for the second step that I have obtained, say the diameter is D2. I need to have some formulas for calculating these value of D1 and D2. Also there is another diameter which is supposed to be taken, that is from this blue line to this blue line. Let me mark this distance as capital DL1 because this is the value or this is the point where my L1 is going to end, or at L1 I am going to calculate my diameter. Now there are certain formulas for the same, that is for calculating DL1 I'll be taking D2 plus D1 minus D2 upon this whole length into the entire length minus L1, that is the distance at which I am placing my first step. So this should give me my value of DL1, that is this diameter. Now the use of this diameter is in calculating this D1 and D2, which is calculated as the average of these diameters. Now how should I remember the formula? D1 is between capital D1 and DL1. So I'll take average of these two. And for D2, which is lying between DL1 and capital D2, I'll take average of these two values. So you can see these two formulas will then give me the value of D1 and D2. Now when I talk about a vertical tapered bar, it's very simple. It's this way, which means it is just upside down. So it should not be a difficult thing, except for the fact that there is a very basic difference between anything which is horizontal and vertical, is that in vertical we also consider the weight of the body. Now how it is supposed to be done, that I'll show you while solving of a particular numerical. But apart from that, these are the formulas which need to be remembered and recollected while solving the numerical. Now I'll start with this numerical. Question 6. Solve a complete analysis. This bar is given to me. Now instead of diameter, directly the area is given. If the diameter is given, I can calculate area as pi by 4 d square. If area is given, no problem. Instead of d, I am going to just write area. So I will start from this end. I will take a point inside and from here I'll take a point inside. Now, suppose if I want to divide this into half, that is something which I need to first decide as to how many elements I am going to take. I decide to take 2 elements, so it becomes easy for me to solve. So this is somewhere half. This distance is L1 and this distance is L2. I can write here L1 and L2 are equal, that is 60 by 2, which is 30 mm each. Next, I'll go for drawing of the straight line, cutting this and joining here. Same way you should cut from here and join over here. This is my first step. Now I'll mark a point inside and a point inside. Then I'll mark a straight line up to the last part, and this is my second step. So this is my element 1, element 2. Here I have diameter. Okay, I don't have diameter, so I directly have area A1, and this will give me area A2. Also I need to mark nodes. So here I have node 1, junction node 2, and here will be node 3. My step 1 is discretization. This is my element 1 and element 2 between nodes 1, 2 and 2, 3. Now in this question I am also going to calculate something which is called as AL1. I mark AL1 over here. This is AL1. This blue line to this blue line. So AL1 can be calculated as, first it was written as D2. So I'll take AL plus D1 minus D2 was the formula. So higher minus lower value, which is A0 minus AL upon the entire length into length minus L1. So it is the same formula. Instead of diameter, I am just writing area. Now when I substitute, I will get 20. AL is 20 plus this is 80 minus 20. Total length is 60 and this is 60 minus 30. When I solve this, I get the answer as 50 mm square for AL1. For calculating A1, I'll have A0 plus AL1 by 2, which will be 80 plus 50 upon 2, which is 65 mm square, and A2 is AL1 plus AL by 2, which is 50 plus 20 by 2, which will make it to 35 mm square. So these are some calculations which I had to do at the start so that my numerical becomes easier to solve. Now E is given as 210 gigapascal, which is 2.1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Next I'll go to step 2, development of EME. Now I am going to use the EME of step bar AE upon HE 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 U1 U2 raised to E is equal to P1 P2 raised to E. I'll start for element 1. Area will be A1. The value of E is common for both. H1 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Here I'll have U1 U2 raised to 1 is equal to P1 P2 raised to 1. The value of A1 I obtained as 65. E is 2.1 into 10 raised to 5. H1 is 30. Here I have 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. U1 U2 raised to 1 is equal to P1 P2 raised to 1. When I solve this, I get the answer as 10 raised to 3 common. The number I is 455, which I multiply inside. Next I'll go for element 2. It will be A2 E upon H2 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. U1 U2 raised to 2 is equal to P1 P2 raised to 2. I think now you can solve by substituting values. I'll directly give you the answer that I obtained is 10 raised to 3, 245 minus 245 minus 245 and 245. U1 U2 raised to 2 is equal to P1 P2 raised to 2. Now I am going to mark the nodes here. Element 1 is between node 1 2 and 2 is between node 2 3. Next I'll go for development of GME. I'll have a 10 raised to 3 common. 1 2 3 1 2 3. I'll have U1 U2 U3 is equal to P1 P2 P3. For the element 1, the value is 455 in 1 2 1 2 position. So I'll write down 455 minus 455 minus 455 and 455. For element 2, it is 245 at 2323. Here it will be 0. Next I will go for step 4, which is applying boundary conditions. The variables are U1, U2, U3, P1, P2, P3. When I look at the diagram, I have node 1 fixed and at node 3 there is a load of 500 Newton. So I'll write down U1 is 0, node 1 is fixed. Since this end is fixed, I'll have a question mark here, and at P3 it is 500 Newton, so this should be a question mark. Now I cannot assume this as 0, so this will be question mark, this will be 0. This is called as balancing of secondary variable. Now here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write this as 0.3 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. The reason is I want to cancel out 10 raised to 3 from both the sides. Next I'll see this U1 as 0. Since U1 is 0, I'll not consider the first row and first column for some time. I'll use rest of these terms and calculate the value of U2, U3. So let's write the equation. I'll have 10 raised to 3 common. 700 minus 245 minus 245 and 245. U2, U3 is equal to 0 and 0.5 into 10 raised to 3. This 10 raised to 3 gets cancelled. When I multiply, I get 700 U2 minus 245 U3 is equal to 0 minus 245 U2 plus 245 U3 is equal to 0.5. On solving these two equations, I get U2 as 1.098 into 10 raised to minus 3 mm. And U3 as 3.139 into 10 raised to minus 3 mm. I'll revisit this equation. The first term is 0. It will be minus 455 U2 is equal to P1. So I'll write down minus 455 U2 is equal to P1. Therefore my value of P1 is minus 0.5 kilonewton. Next I'll go for check. Summation of load in x direction should be equal to 0. P1 plus P2 plus P3 is equal to minus 0.5 plus 0 plus 0.5, which is exactly 0, hence checked. Now you would say that I have only substituted P3 as 0.5 and I got P1 as minus 0.5. What is the need to show this? It is not necessary that you would always get the same answer and cancel out and get an answer as 0. You may get a approximate value as 0, as you have seen in the previous questions, and maybe in the upcoming questions also you will see the same. So it is always advisable to check. Last I'll go for the stress calculations. I'll give you the formula, that is sigma E is equal to E upon HE minus 1 1 U1 U2 raised to E. Now by now you know how to calculate, so I'm just giving you the answer. I'll get sigma 1 as 7.692 Newton per mm square tensile, and sigma 2 I have got as 14.287 Newton per mm square. Obviously it is tensile. So this is how the numerical of a tapered bar is supposed to be solved, by converting into step bar first and then using the equations of step bar. With this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the numerical. If you have any doubts, write to me in the comment section. If you want me to solve any particular numerical, do write to me. See you in the next session. Thank you.